So Shambo and Chip Kelly got fired, huh?
Oh.
Why doesn't that surprise me? Honestly, they should have been fired a long time ago. And also, Eric Morris, I was not expecting you to be the one to be the Oklahoma State head coach. I had somebody in Atlanta that I thought was going to be the one to do it. I just want to ask one question, Eric. Why? You have no lineage to Oklahoma State whatsoever. Texas Tech wide receiver, then you started your career in Houston? At least you're doing great things with North Texas, and I'm very interested to see what you can do in Oklahoma State. Don't let us tear you up, Eric. Rivalry week in college football and Thanksgiving week in the NFL, it's going to be a fun one. Welcome back to Grizzly Tongues Football. I'm the Grizz as always, and ladies and gentlemen, we got Week 14 college football playoff poll reactions, and we also got the predictions for Thanksgiving week, aka Week 13 in the NFL. As always, if you are enjoying the series so far, make sure you give this a big fat thumbs up. Hit the red subscribe button down there and the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. Helps the channel a lot, and without further delay, let's go react to some Week 14 playoff poll. For this poll, I'm going to ignore the top 11, maybe other than the fact that I feel like Notre Dame could be ahead of Oklahoma if it wasn't for the fact that Oklahoma beat Alabama. Top 11 are honestly fine to me, but then it's the rest of the 14. First off, we got Miami leapfrogging Utah, even though Utah's 2 losses were to 5-11, and Miami actually lost a lot later than Utah did. Brand bias at its finest. We got Vandy at 14, that's fine. Michigan at 15, Texas at 16. Keep in mind, Texas has 3 losses, and USC, they got 3 losses as well, but one of them was to Oregon. Virginia, Tennessee, and Arizona State ran out the top 20. Yeah, I think Tennessee is just there for shits and giggles, and also to be there as a ranked win for some of these teams. And then 21 through 23 is basically the 8 college football playoff polls saying, fuck the group of 5, we're making sure the ACC champion is in the playoff. Because legitimately, James Madison and North Texas are literally better than SMU, Pitt, and Georgia Tech right now. Yeah, I said it. SMU got a win over Louisville, so now they're up to 21. Pitt is at 22, Georgia Tech's at 23, with Tulane being the highest ranked group of 5 team at 24, and Arizona being at 25. Where did they come from? I like that they're showing respect to the Big 12, letting the 5th team to get in there. I mean, hey, BYU got a win over 25th ranked Arizona on the road in double overtime. A little bit of a strange back half of the top 25, but overall, not very many complaints. And by the way, committee, how are we still forgetting that Miami is 5th in conference play, yet we want to put them as the highest ranked ACC team on here? Anyways, enough about this college football playoff poll. It's time to predict the Thanksgiving week games. Oh, almost forgot about the rivalry games. Ohio State and Michigan. I think Ohio State does not allow Michigan to get the thumbs, so Ohio State wins the game. Lone Star Showdown, A&M versus Texas. Somehow, someway, Texas is going to get it done. Georgia Tech, Georgia, which is 5 versus 23. I got to go with the Yellow Jackets. As much as I fear they're going to get beat again, I got to have faith, man. Come on, Georgia Tech, sting them. Virginia's going to beat Virginia Tech. Tennessee against Vandy. That's going to be an interesting game. Vandy has the chance to get the first 10-win season in program history if they win. But I am going Tennessee. Miami versus Pitt, that could be a big one, and I actually do think, since it is in Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh actually got a shot against Miami. I'm going with the Pitt Panthers to end this whole fiasco and eliminate Miami from the playoff entirely. An Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn just fighting for bowl eligibility at this point. I think Bama destroys them. That's all I got for rivalry games. Now let's head to the NFL Week 13. Week 12 was an interesting one. I actually went 9-5 in that week, so my current record now is 107-70-1. Time to turn this season around, and let's get straight to it. It's a triple header on Thursday for Thanksgiving Day. First game is Packers in Detroit. Packers won the first matchup in the beginning of the season. I do not expect them to have the same kind of luck. First game was anything but luck, but unfortunately, I do actually think Detroit will win. Detroit prevents the sweep 28-24 with the Lions actually going toe-to-toe with Green Bay's defense, and man, it's a lot to think about. But the Lions will be much more prepared this time going into Ford Field. Next up, we got the Chiefs playing against the Cowboys in Dallas. I'm going with the Chiefs winning this one 31-28. This will actually be an offensive shootout, but Kansas City is going to have that clutch factor that will propel them to win either in overtime or regulation. Also, Harrison Butker. Another division rivalry in the final Thanksgiving game as the Ravens play host to the Bengals. Jamar Chase is back, but that does not help their defensive issues at all. With a much better defensive performance than in the beginning of the season, I think the Ravens actually win this one 28-17. Defense is definitely better improved, and Lamar Jackson should have a much better game against probably even worse defense. Oh wait, the Jets defense was worse, and Lamar Jackson struggled. That can't be good for me. Lamar, please lock in for Cincinnati. Now we move on to the Black Friday game where the Eagles play host to the Bears. Sorry, Bears fans, but you're going against the team that just lost to Dallas last week, and they are pissed. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert got murder on their mind, and the Eagles are going to absolutely devour Chicago in a 35-20 beatdown. Now we're finally into the 1 o'clock slate of this week. Saints play against the Dolphins to start it off. Tank Bowl time! Dolphins win 20-17. Next up we got the test of juggernauts in Houston and Indianapolis. Calling Houston a juggernaut? At least a juggernaut defense. I'm not too sure CJ Stroud's going to play because he was listed as questionable, but if he does, this could be the makings of a game of the week potential. Both teams are loaded and locked on the defensive side of the ball. It's really going to come down to offense. Thanks to the much better run game, I think Indianapolis is going to win this one. Dare I say an overtime thriller 34-31. Let me be honest here. This is either a 2017 game or a 34-31 game. You just never know, right? You just don't know if the defense is going to show up. For this instance, I say they probably won't. Up next, we got the Falcons playing at the Jets. Now that the Falcons have gotten the burden of losing against horrible teams out of the way, we better beat the Jets. I'm going to be more realistic and say 20-13 Falcons do get the win. Jets coming off a bye do startle me just a little bit, but the Falcons defense could be game changers in this one. Especially after how we played against the Aints, who are better than the Jets. Up next we got the 49ers playing at the Browns. You let Shador start against San Francisco? Oh boy, this game will be fun. Brock Purdy or Matt Jones, whichever quarterback they want to decide to, will have a much better game than Purdy's performance on Monday night. And the 49ers will win 28-17. I think Shador will put up a good fight, but unfortunately, the 49ers are just too daggum good for some reason. Defense has somehow stepped up in the absence of Bosa and Warner, and the offense looking better than ever, I guess. Up next, we got the Rams playing at the Panthers. Why'd you have to do this to Carolina? Because the NFC South will continue to suck ass. Well, enough said then. Rams win 31-14. Do I even have to explain it? If the Bucs can get blown up by the Rams, so will the Panthers probably. Up next, we got an AFC South matchup between the Jags and Titans. You better hope that second half against the Seahawks carries over to the Jags game, but if not, it's going to get ugly. It would be a really bold move to take the Titans, but unfortunately, I really can't. Titans are just not good enough right now. But I do think they keep it close, a little bit of garbage time. Jaguars win 30-24. Next up, we got the Cardinals playing at the Bucs. This is the final 1 o'clock slate game, and Tampa just has a lot of questionables right now. The Cardinals were so close to beating the Jags. I was a fool to believe Tampa Bay could beat LA, and unfortunately with all these injuries, I'm not sure they could beat Arizona either. Cardinals will win this one 27-24. That's if they can actually have an offense. I'm talking about Tampa Bay having an offense, by the way. Kicking out the 4 o'clock slate, we have the Vikings taking on the Seahawks. Sam Darnold's revenge game. Sam Darnold going against the team that could have had him, but decided to stick with J.J. McCarthy, who is looking like ass right now. Yeah, enough said. Seattle wins 28-10. Next. Up next, we got the Bills taking on the Steelers. This is a little conflicting. Buffalo Bills are coming off a loss to the Texans, in which Sean McDermott fumbled the bag, and the Steelers are coming off a loss to the Bears in heartbreaking fashion. And the Bears are no longer afraid of Aaron Rodgers, or at least his teams. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they had a good start, but unfortunately, it's unraveling real quick. Buffalo wins 24-21. I think it's time to hang it up, Grandpa. In our final game of the 4 o'clock slate, we got the Raiders playing at the Chargers. Chargers get a must-win in a divisional game over the Raiders. I'm going to say 28-13. I'm going to be generous. Because we all know the Raiders are a complete dog shit. And now we're on to Sunday Night Football where the Broncos play the Commanders. Man, it's getting all dark and shit. Because that's exactly what the Sunday night's probably going to be at halftime. Sorry, Washington, you can't escape the injury bug. Unfortunately, the Broncos are going to win because of defense again. 20-14 will be the score. Denver's got insanely good defense. It's just if their offense can at least pull up a pulse, they might be able to make this a blowout. And finally, for the Monday Night Football game, we got the Giants playing at the Patriots. A little bit of an Eli Manning versus Tom Brady match throwback. Maybe Brady won't be at the game, but maybe Eli will. We go from Manning versus Brady to now, I believe, either Winston or Dart versus May. This honestly could be a fun one. I'm definitely going to be rooting for the Giants, but unfortunately, the Patriots are going to get it done. I'm going to say 30-24. But I do think this is going to be a good Monday night game. That'll do it for the Week 13 NFL predictions. And that'll do it for this episode of Grizzly Talks Football. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit this up, beat that thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button down there, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. That's the Grizz signing off for now. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace, love, keep the Grizzly vibes with you at all times. Take care.